Ever wondered how to make the iconic Hainanese chicken rice? This delightful dish hails from the Hainan province in China but has become a beloved staple in Southeast Asian countries such as Malaysia and Singapore. Its simplicity belies the depth of flavor that is achieved through a careful balance of ingredients. To recreate this culinary gem, you'll need a whole chicken, plump and fresh. The heart of the dish, the rice, is best made with fragrant jasmine rice. Aromatic garlic and ginger lend their distinctive flavors, while pandan leaves, a staple in Southeast Asian cooking, provide an alluring fragrance. For a refreshing crunch, we'll use cucumbers. The heat comes from chili, the tanginess from lime, and a savory finish is provided by soy sauce. These simple ingredients come together to create a meal that is comforting yet exciting, familiar yet exotic. With these ingredients in hand, you are ready to embark on the culinary journey to create Hainanese chicken rice. Firstly, focus on the star of the dish, the chicken. The chicken is not just an ingredient, it's the heart of the Hainanese chicken rice. It carries the flavors, the aromas, and the overall essence of the dish. So, how do we prepare it? Let's dive right in. Begin by cleaning the chicken. Run it under cold water, making sure to wash the cavity as well. This removes any residual blood or unwanted particles. Pat it dry and place it on a clean surface. Now, it's time to season. Generously sprinkle salt all over the chicken inside and out. Be liberal with it, as the salt will enhance the natural flavor of the chicken. Now let's add some magic to our chicken. Stuff the cavity with fresh ginger slices and pandan leaves. Ginger infuses the chicken with a warm, spicy aroma, while pandan leaves lend a unique, sweet flavor. It's this combination that gives Hainanese chicken its iconic taste. Once you've stuffed the chicken, it's time to cook it. Submerge the chicken in a pot of boiling water. Ensure that the chicken is completely covered by the water. This method, known as poaching, cooks the chicken gently and evenly, preserving its tender texture and delicate flavor. While it's cooking, let's talk about timing. The chicken should be cooked until it's just done, not overcooked. A good rule of thumb is to cook it for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending on the size of the chicken. Remember to turn the chicken halfway through to ensure even cooking. Finally, we've arrived at the most important step, the shock treatment. Once the chicken is cooked, plunge it into cold water. This sudden temperature change tightens the skin, giving it a smooth, gelatinous texture. Keep the chicken submerged until it's completely cooled. This also stops the cooking process, ensuring that the chicken remains juicy and tender. There you have it, a perfectly prepped chicken, ready to star in our Hainanese chicken rice. Stay tuned as we move on to the next vital component of our dish, the rice. Now turn your attention to the rice, the supporting actor in this dish. We're about to transform this humble grain into a flavorful delicacy. We'll start with sautéing some aromatic garlic and ginger. The trick is to infuse the rice with these flavors, creating a fragrant base that will permeate through every single grain. Now, we're not just going to use any oil for this. We'll be using the chicken fat we saved from our chicken preparation, a secret trick to intensify the dish's flavor profile. This chicken fat is a goldmine of flavor, creating a beautiful harmony between the chicken and the rice. Warm up the chicken fat in a pot over medium heat. Once it's shimmering, add in the finely chopped garlic and ginger. Allow them time to mingle with the fat, their fragrance slowly seeping into the oil. Stir them occasionally to ensure they evenly release their flavor. Once the garlic and ginger have turned a lovely golden brown, it's time to introduce the rice to the pot. Stir it in, ensuring each grain gets coated in this aromatic oil. This is the key step that differentiates Hainanese chicken rice from your everyday rice dish. Now it's time for the rice to take a bath, but not just in any water. We're using the chicken broth we obtained from boiling our chicken. This is another secret to achieving that delicious, full-bodied flavor. Pour in the broth, stir it a bit, and then let the magic happen. Bring the pot to a boil, then reduce the heat to low, cover the pot, and let it simmer gently. This slow cooking process will allow the rice to absorb all those wonderful flavors we've built up. As the rice cooks, remember to give it a stir every now and then. This prevents the rice from sticking to the bottom of the pot. And there you have it, a simple yet sophisticated rice dish that's bursting with flavor. This is not just a side dish, but a star in its own right. Remember to stir occasionally to prevent the rice from sticking to the bottom of the pot. No Hainanese chicken rice dish is complete without its signature chili sauce. This sauce is the heart and soul of the dish, adding a fiery yet tangy twist that will make your taste buds dance in delight. So, let's get started. First off, we'll need to prepare our fresh ingredients. We're talking chilies, garlic, and ginger. Make sure to wash them thoroughly and chop them roughly. Don't worry about making them too fine, we're going to blend them later. Next, it's time to bring out your blender. Toss in the chopped chilies, garlic, and ginger. Now, squeeze in the juice of a lime. This will add a tangy twist to our sauce, balancing out the heat of the chilies. Finally, pour in some chicken broth. This will not only help blend everything into a smooth paste, but also infuse our sauce with a subtle savory note. Blend it all together until you get a smooth, fiery paste. Now you have a fiery, tangy sauce that perfectly complements the mild flavors of the chicken and rice. Finally, it's time to plate up your Hainanese chicken rice. The culmination of your hard work, patience, and culinary skills is about to be rewarded. Now, we'll slice the chicken, arrange it with the rice, and garnish it to perfection. Let's start with the chicken. You want to slice it into thin, even pieces, showing off the succulent, juicy meat. The secret is to let the knife do the work. Use a long, sharp knife and let it glide through the chicken, making sure not to tear or shred the meat. Take your time and be patient, as this is what will make your dish look as good as it tastes. Next, let's arrange the chicken and rice on a plate. You can opt for a traditional round plate or a modern square one, depending on your preference. Place a mound of the fragrant rice at one side of the plate and line up the sliced chicken next to it. The contrast between the white rice and the glistening chicken is a sight to behold. Now, for the garnishing. Cucumber slices and cilantro not only add a refreshing crunch to the dish, but they also give it a vibrant pop of color. Arrange a few cucumber slices alongside the chicken and sprinkle some freshly chopped cilantro over the top. The final step is serving the dish. Pour a spoonful of the homemade chili sauce on one side of the plate, allowing your guests to add as much or as little as they like. To round off the flavors, drizzle a bit of soy sauce over the chicken. This will add a salty, umami note to the dish, perfectly complementing the subtle flavors of the chicken and rice. Don't forget to serve the dish while it's still warm, as this is when its flavors are at their peak. The aroma of the chicken and rice combined with the spicy chili sauce and the tangy soy sauce will make your mouth water. And there you have it, a plate of aromatic and flavorful Hainanese chicken rice. Let's do a quick recap of the journey we've taken to create this dish. We started off by preparing the chicken. We pampered our poultry, first cleaning it thoroughly, then submerging it in a pot of boiling water. Remember to add ginger and salt to the pot for that extra flavor infusion. The key to tender, juicy chicken is managing the heat, bringing the water to a boil, then reducing the heat and letting the chicken simmer until it's cooked through. Next, we turned our attention to the star carbohydrate of the show, the rice. This is no ordinary rice. It's been washed and drained, then toasted lightly with garlic and ginger to bring out its aromatic potential. We then cooked it in the chicken stock from our earlier step, letting each grain soak up the savory essence of the chicken. Then we whipped up our sauce. It's a simple concoction, but it packs a punch. Freshly ground chili, ginger, and garlic form the base, with a splash of lime juice for that tangy kick, and a spoonful of sugar to balance out the heat. Remember, this sauce is the heart of the dish, so take your time to get it just right. Finally, we moved on to the grand finale, the plating of the dish. We carved our chicken, fluffed our rice, ladled the sauce, and arranged everything beautifully on the plate. The vibrant colors and tantalizing aroma made it a feast for the senses even before we took the first bite. And there you have it, the journey to making Hainanese chicken rice. Each step from preparing the chicken to cooking the rice, making the sauce, and plating the dish has its own charm, its own rhythm. It's not just about the end result, but the process that leads to it. Remember, the beauty of cooking lies in the process as much as the end result. So, enjoy making your Hainanese chicken rice and savor every bite.